Time for 5 great minutes with Jimmy Vaccaro. If you're ever in Las Vegas, stop in and see him at the South Point and follow him on Twitter. Over 40 years as a bookmaker. All right, let's start with what happened yesterday. And Jimmy, there were 5 missed extra points in 2013. We had a record 12 on Sunday. What happened?
Well, what happened, obviously, it's just getting a little into the kickers' heads that moving the obviously the attempt back just a short distance is changing a whole lot of things. So these kids are probably going to have to obviously, earn their money. I was baffled, too, by the degree of difficulty, meaning some of them really missed them. And it's still a 32-yard field goal. We understand that. But, it changed the whole realm of, maybe a little bit with the number 3 that, with these extra points, it might change the outcome of the game. And naturally, would I be concerned personally? No, I think it's good for the game. Anything that's automatic, I'm always against. So I like the idea of anything can happen, and I think it won't get much better because it's like everything else. If it stays bad for a while, and these guys know that their job might be on the line every time they go out on the field now, makes a little bit difference. But I truly thought it was I thought it was kind of unique missing all those extra points.
Yeah, I'm with you. It wasn't a competitive play. I'll agree with Peter King when they were making 99% every year. And anything that makes these coaches decide to go for 2 more, I'm all for.
Yeah, me too. It does. It's a little different, the dynamic, and this is probably the one good thing that the NFL has done in the past 20 years when they instituted this rule. I mean, at the beginning, it's like, okay, just another rule. Is it going to make that much difference? There's not a living human that follows this racket like we do. Who would have thought we'd have been in a place where they're missing 10 and 11 extra points in the course of a game? But what can I tell you? Anything has changed and anything is more exciting, I'm all for. Although it doesn't need that much more excitement because the sport is just incredible and the audience is growing and growing and growing.
Well, it came down to maybe the final play, final possession in some of these games. Detroit kicks a field goal with 20 seconds to cover. Dallas kicks a field goal with a minute left to cover. How did Sunday go?
Well, it's like I've been saying for years, and I'm surely not the genius in this racket because there's been a lot before me and there'll be a lot coming after me. But, what I've said for the past 15 or 20 years, although it doesn't hold up 100% each year, there is a part that I've been right on. The 10% of the teams in the league will achieve more than they're supposed to. 10% under will obviously get worse than we thought they were. But the 80% in the middle is just a field goal apart. And that's why the parity is showing, although there are still places and ways to obviously you can put up a lot of money. I'm heading towards the new way of betting, as we always talk about. Here's where we had one customer this weekend, my friend. Naturally, the 2 go-against teams have been, bet against the 49ers and naturally bet against the helpless Cleveland Browns. About $150,000 2-team money line parlay. Even with the Steelers playing horrendous, they got there relatively easy. And maybe for a little bit with no Gronkowski, the guy was sweating a little bit, but we are getting more and more and more of these bets. Now, the $150,000 money line parlay paid him $68,000. Naturally, he won the bet, but he just stood there and watched the game and basically sat in the front row of the sportsbook and watched the entire game. But it's a new dynamic, and everything it's throwing into it is making this stuff more exciting, and I'm all for it, buddy.
Was there a bad result for you other than that?
Yeah, it was a bad day on Sunday. It was a very good day on Saturday, a bad day on Sunday, only because if you go down the list, Paulie, I think there's only 2, possibly 3 ways. If you lost, you couldn't lose on a teaser no matter which side you bet. And like everything else, and surely no defending the books because the players, we got much the best of it, but they're honing in on these teams. It's an automatic with the Browns. It's an automatic against the 49ers. So you're leading 2-0 going into the 3rd inning if you're at the sportsbook. We got carried out on parlays, and we really got carried out on the teaser bets. Naturally, even the Packers didn't draw what I thought they would draw.
Or why was Saturday so good?
Saturday was so good because it wasn't like 2 or 3 games that you needed for a whole bunch of money. It just was a good split, and it was a good handle. When you juice out and you're looking, you're saying, hell, you can win $17,000 on the straight bets with this game, but you can only lose $13,000 because you're getting great two-way action. So when you get as we call it, an earn in the games like this, All you got to do is like right down the middle. And if you write a lot of business, you're going to have a very, very good day. Not one game made the day, or not one game like carried you out for the day. The only thing that was like maybe the late games are getting more attention. People are staying longer, and when they stay longer, naturally they love to bet the favorite. So if it's favorite show on Saturday night late, it's usually not that well for the books. I'll take the Saturday right now for the next 20 years. The Sunday you can have it for your own.
You're going to be packed this week. There's 3 good games on Thanksgiving in the NFL. You got the Apple Cup Friday. You got Ohio State, Michigan Saturday. It's a great week of football.
You know how we chirped? You just hit it right. You know, we were chirping in July and August saying this is the greatest opening weekend of college football we've seen in quite a while. This may top that starting from Thursday going through Saturday. Brent Musburger was here. He stopped by and he was telling us about what's going on, and it's really nice to hear from an insider talking about he's gonna do the Egg Bowl this Saturday, and then naturally he's done the holiday, or what do we call it here, the Las Vegas Bowl. Then he does the Sugar Bowl. So he gets excited. After 50 years, he said, it's still an exciting thing to do. So as you can see, it's touching everybody. What a wonderful way to get into the last week of college season. Just incredible.
How was the handle for Ward Kovalev? And that was a controversial decision.
Yeah, for us, again, we're not a big jump. We blowed like 23,000 to the fight. We don't take huge limits, nor do a lot of people ask for big limits down there because obviously, we're still on the Saturday night. We're still a local joint, but we got some, good $1,000, $2,000 bets. We opened the fight 35. We closed at 75 or 80, and did not see the fight, did not pay for it. But from what I understand, some of the judges didn't see the fight either.
No. There was a lot of controversy with that one. Most people had Kovalev. The guy for ESPN gave Kovalev the first 6 rounds, and he ends up losing. So you're right about that. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for 5 great minutes. Thanks for coming on. Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.